Oh, if you didn't know, this is the Morning Wood NFL Sunday here, brought to you by Rumpier Sports.
What up, boys? We're back with the Golf War Show, the preeminent golf show on the entire internet.
Huge weekend of baseball coming up. We haven't really had a final week like this in a while where there's so many teams that are still alive.
High fly ball into right field. She is gone! Unbelievable! A home run for Gibson. Freeman hits the ball to right field. She is gone! Gibby in front.
They might have the best pass rush in football.
They were adamant about not having a slow start.
How many times have they disappointed us? So I'm having a lot less of this game.
The game is over. The New York Jets are the world champions. Mahomes swings it. It's there! Hardman! Jackpot! Kansas City! The Chiefs are back-to-back Super Bowl champions!
Oh, yes, we are back with a little NFL early bird best ball drafting here on the Rumpier Sports YouTube channel. I'm, of course, JSU, and we're going to draft a little $10 best ball drafts on DraftKings, and we'll talk whatever. We can talk DFS, we can talk NFL betting, whatever you guys want to talk about. Obviously the draft coming up, where guys are going to be. We can go through all of that and draft some teams on DraftKings. I won't lie. I took a small break for the last week trying to jam in those MLB best ball drafts. And, of course, MLB just started and is firing out. So I haven't done any NFL drafts in about maybe a couple days now. But I still have – I think I'm about halfway on this training camp. $10, $250K to first on DraftKings here. So that's what we're going to get in. If you guys want to join me, I'm going to be clicking into this tournament right now. So feel free to hop on in. Let's see what we got. 8 of 12 here. If anyone wants to jump in, 3 spots left, 9 of 12. And let's see how this goes here, guys. So if you could smash the like button on the video if you're watching. All by my lonesome, Benair. I'm all by my lonesome. Who knows? Maybe during the show, Benair, I'll bring you on if I feel too lonely. I'll bring in my guy Benair to save the day, but only if you actually come on and your camera's working, which we know you struggled with the last time I tried to bring you on anything. So yes, going to try and do this thing solo here, but that's why we can talk whatever we want. We can talk hoops. We can talk, we do have a baseball show. Baseball show is going to be at 5 p.m. Eastern time, Steve and DC on this channel here. So we can maybe hold off on the baseball talk, and those guys will have you covered with some baseball here. All right, that filled, and it's pretty quick, honestly. All right, we got the 12 spot here. I see my boy M. Murray in this draft. I don't know if he's watching, but what's going on, M. Murray? Always a friend of the show, drafter, I feel like, in a bunch of rooms as well. I don't recognize. Oh, I recognize this asshole, Benair 724. Cam Scatterboo, pick one. Just saying. Cam Scatterboo, Benair, you going for it? I think it's not a bad pick. I'm just going to say it's not a bad pick if you want the one slot. Got my sidekick here, little draft assist tool. If I need it, you can check them out over at Legendary Upside with an awesome draft assist tool. If you guys want to check that out, I'm going to be using it a little bit during this show. So you guys can, if you have any questions on that, I can try and help you. We got another drafty here, Beck X40. in the 5 spot here. All right, what's going on, brother? Good luck to you. We'll see how we do. The 5 spot to me is like the worst spot. Does anyone else feel that way? The 5 spot, I take Chris. So I personally take Christian McCaffrey in that like 5, 6, 7 range. Everyone takes JSN, and I totally understand the JSN love, but I don't know. I just don't like it. Like I think 1 through 4 are by far the best picks. I think the 2 best receivers, for me at least, are clearly Jamar Chase and Puka. Not that JSN's an overreaction. I just think that what you saw last year was just like peak, and losing their OC is going to be a little bit of a downgrade for him and Sam Darnold. And you guys know I'm not big Seattle anyways. So, yeah, I don't know. I hate the 5 spot. I hate it. You don't mind it though, huh? You don't mind JSN? Yeah, I get it. I think most drafters, they see those top 5 picks as like the clear 5 and then the fall off. Whereas I think the top 4, and then I think there's a small fall off between CMC, JSN, Jonathan Taylor. Those are kind of the guys going in the middle range. What's going on, Matty Ice, my boy? Good to see you in the chat as well. So the draft starts off Gibbs, Bijan, Puka, Chase. About what I would expect here. Cookie, we got a biter at pick 3 going with Puka. Not a shocker. Shout out to D Cookie, 1-2-0. 3 spot got to watch. He doesn't bite yet. I tried to get it in before you. He might be a biter. But that's okay. I respect it. Amon-Ra going in the 6 hole. That's don't see that very often, so that's interesting here. This draft is absolutely flying. Jonathan Taylor going to my guy Murray in the 8 spot. Justin Jefferson at 9. Let's see what we get here at the 12. I haven't had too many drafts at the turn recently that I can remember, so let's see how we do here. I feel like Bobby, this Bobby Fischer dude, I feel like I've seen him a lot in drafts. I feel like I don't know if he's watching the show, but I feel like I've seen him a decent amount. He goes CeeDee Lamb. Let's see. So the sidekick is screaming running back here. All the receivers are just going, which is interesting. Here, let's see what Doom does here. Drake London. Okay. I'm telling you, this is the first draft I've done where I feel like 7 receivers through 11 picks. It's definitely the first draft I've done where I've seen that. James Cook. Sure. Why not? I don't have a lot of James Cook. Roll with James Cook here. Now, Achane and Genti, I feel like these picks flip all the time. I'm not big on Saquon. Sidekick loves Saquon. I'm going to go Genti. I do like Kubiak as the coordinator going there. I am worried about how he handled the running backs in Seattle, but at the same time, I do think the offensive upgrades are just going to give Genti way more chances at big games. And I also think his system and scheme is going to help the run game. I think the O-line, they're obviously clearly trying to make improvements on that with their free agent. And I don't think they're done. Probably in the draft, you'll see more. So yeah, we'll go with some I like Genti here. If you guys don't forget, smash the like button. If you're just joining us here, talk whatever you guys want. Throw your questions in chat. If you haven't drafted any yet, I know a lot of people think it's crazy drafting NFL in March. It might be a little bit crazy, actually. They're probably right. It is a little crazy, but it's also fun. You can kind of try and predict, maybe some of the rookies and what teams might do. Do teams target running backs, receivers, and kind of go from there. I think like these tight ends early. I'm big into the Raiders, so I like Brock Bowers. Not as much into Trey McBride. I actually like Brock Bowers and Colston Loveland where they're going. I would rather take them over Trey McBride. That's just one little stand I have personally. I think, with the upgrades they're going to have, Bowers, obviously, with the new coach, quarterback, offensive line help, everything's going to be a little better there. You're going to see improvements. I think he could have a big year. And Colston Loveland, I just think he's just absolute stud. No DJ Moore. It's going to be really nice for him. Had Neighbors absolutely robbed from me. I thought you were going to take Neighbors at 9, being there. Honestly, I'm kind of stunned you went Justin Jefferson, Trey McBride. Not a bad start. I feel like that's a common start I see kind of in the back half of the drafts is a Justin Jefferson and Trey McBride here. Don't mind the start. Like I said, I do like, Bowers at the turn, I think is really nice. Like starting out Gibbs, Bowers, that's pretty good to me. Let's see how he finishes. And Chris Olave. What draft number are you? This is you're 120. I'm going to max all pre-draft contests. Yeah, I'm trying to max everything too. I am. Oh, let's just see here surf real quick. We got a little time until my pick here. I got on DraftKings. This is draft 80. It looks like. So yeah, I'm not in your league yet. You're at 120. I'm at 80. I got some work to do. I'm telling that last the last week up till MLB started on Wednesday night or Tuesday, whenever that contest filled, I was jamming MLB best ball. I was trying to get as many as I could in that thing. And got to 89 in the MLB $20. But so it kind of slowed me down on DraftKings, but I'm definitely gonna max this thing here. $10. I love the contest. I love the $10 prize pool, to be honest. $10 to enter, very reasonable. I think if you're trying to max these things, I like the $10 prize pool for me personally. And 250K up top is pretty decent, to be honest. So I love these. The pre-draft ones are your favorite. I think the pre-draft ones, are probably a lot of people's favorites because, a lot of people love drafting rookies. And what's better than pre-draft when you're trying to really draft and figure out where rookies are going to go. I'm going to do something different here. So I'm going to go Colston Loveland. This is telling me Breece Hall. I'm going to go Colston Loveland and old Luther Burden here. We're going to change it up a little bit. Go Colston Loveland, Luther Burden. Get my Chicago stacks going. Might be a little bit early, but I like getting both those guys together. And I was never getting them, on the turns. I think it's easier to make the case to reach a little bit. And honestly, I don't think it's that big of a reach anyways with those guys. But yeah, exactly. 1,500 to max is great. Personally, I like when DraftKings does it for anything. I love the Masters $10. They got the prize pools, the Millie Makers already out for the PGA Masters contest. And they got the $10 Millie. I know it's a ton of people. I know it's huge, whatever. It's great if you want to max though, $10, 1,500. I know it's still a lot of money, but 1,500's it's a big difference from that to 3,000 or 3,750. In my opinion, there's massive differences when you start upping it like that from 10 to 20 to 25. So yeah, love the price pool. I love that they did $10 for these pre-drafts here on DraftKings. And we got to show some love. We got to get it to Phil. You know what I mean? We want him to keep going. 250K up top too. The prizes keep moving. DraftKings keeps pushing the prize pool. First gets 250. I think it's $1 million in guaranteed prizes. I mean, that's friggin' awesome for a pre-draft NFL best ball. I mean, it's crazy how far best ball in just a few years has kind of climbed and become pretty big, honestly. I mean, I can't believe this many people not that I think it, it's definitely slimmer, the amount of people into the early stuff, but there still feels like a lot of interest for early bird than I've seen in years past. I think people are more and more getting into the best ball format. It's clearly growing, and it's become my favorite way to play DFS. I enjoyed the NBA best balls, the MLB best balls, even though those drafts were long for other reasons, but I enjoyed all those, honestly. So I want to try and slam as many of those as I can, especially the main sports. I'm kicking myself still for not doing as many NBA best ball drafts. I wish I did more than what I did, because I had some really good teams. I think if I did a decent amount of volume, I probably would have been in a better spot than I was. But either way, yeah, it's just best ball's been awesome. So yeah, I love the format, and love the prize pool here. $10 for 150. Let's go back to the board here. What do we got? Lamar Jackson, 54. Cam Scatterboo. Oh, Benair, you got absolutely, they stole Scatterboo from you, right out from your mitts. You were going to take Cam Scatterboo. Benair, what do you think? Does your Giants draft a running back in the first round? Are they drafting the top running back here in Love? Do you think so? Because I could see them doing that, and all the Scatterboo people are terrified of it, I think. Byshell Tootin just went. I'm a big Tootin guy. Kind of wish I could get Tootin. That's definitely one of my stanzas. I definitely want a good amount of Byshell Tootin. I'm with the sidekick here. I will take Mr. Swift. Damn, Joe Burrow's still there. I don't like RJ Harvey, at least where he's going, but he is falling, which is, I think it's the right move. And I wouldn't be shocked if he kind of fell into the production, kind of like he fell into the production last year. I don't really love where I am, so I'm just going to take Caleb with my team. I think I got the full stack. Might as well just finish it off with Caleb and then go from there. Not first round, but they def draft one. Okay, so you don't think they're drafting one at with their first overall pick? You don't think that's the case? That's interesting here. I wouldn't be surprised if Harbaugh just said, "Give me my guy." If he doesn't, love Scatterboo, or I mean, I think Tyrone Tracy is like a solid running back, to be honest with you. But it is what it is. I guess they don't feel that way. He put up some monster games though at the end of the year. I think he's pretty good. But Cam Scatterboo this early, I just don't get. Like, I just don't love it. And on top of it, you're going to get the running quarterback who's going to steal some touchdowns. I don't love Scatterboo. I don't love RJ. They're falling though, obviously, which is making it a little easier. I like Judkins. I think Judkins is a pretty good running back get in the 50s. Damn, Bucky fell into the 50s too. David Montgomery's just been. I mean, I know. Shout out to the sidekick here that just started pumping David Montgomery from the get-go. I'll give those guys credit though, because before they pushed him up into like the 40s in the rankings when the move happened, they were like pushing David Montgomery in like every draft I did. Every single draft I did, at a certain point, they were like David Montgomery he'd always be at the top of my sidekick. And I'd be like, fine, I don't want to. So that is one good thing about the draft assist tool. Some of these, those guys are really sharp over there. Sack and Karain and those guys that shady advice, obviously, that work with the tool. And David Montgomery, they were definitely by far the highest on David Montgomery. And this was pre-move. I think they were some of the highest on David Montgomery. So I'll give those guys credit for that. What's your thoughts on Monungai? A lot of haters out there, but I think Ben Johnson's goal line back. my thoughts on Monangai is he cleared free agency, right? It'll be interesting to see what they do in the draft, but I don't think they go running back. If they do go running back, that would worry the shit out of me, but I don't think they do. And I agree with you. There are a lot of Monangai haters. I think, though, were they hating on Monangai the player or where Monangai was going in drafts? I think I think more people, and this is just my opinion, they probably thought he should have been going where David Montgomery was going pre the trade, like in the 120s ish, 115 to 125 ish range. Then he should be like in the 80s or 90s or whatever he was going in. And, that's probably it. But I'm actually a fan of Monangai. I like him. I think he runs hard. I think he's the opposite of DeAndre Swift, which makes it like a perfect complement for DeAndre Swift. And in Ben Johnson's offense, we want the running backs. So I have no problem with Kyle Monangai. I will take Kyle Monangai. I will take the falling price tag on Kyle Monangai when he's there in drafts. I got no issues with it. So let him fall. I hope he keeps falling. His ADP is 98 right now. Shit, I think it's going to fall a little more. So I'm going to buy Kyle Monangai at that range. Now, am I going to overdraft him? Probably not, but you don't need to with the fall that he's kind of making. All right, so we're back up on the clock here. Oh, man, Pittsburgh. How disgusting is Pittsburgh? Is it not the grossest thing ever to click on two Pittsburgh players back to back? Because I think it's kind of gross. What do we think here? Should we go DK? That's so gross, John. All right, I'm going to do it. We're going to go DK. I'm assuming Jalen Warren too. I think this is the first Pittsburgh love. I'm not Rico Dowdle's fine, but I think I'd prefer Jalen Warren, so we'll go with him. That's gross. It's gross. I shouldn't be drafting Pittsburgh. That was bad. Benair, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, Jackson Dart goes. Sorry, Benair. Sorry about that. I love him. He dropped a little closer to 100, but Corum is falling more than him. Okay, like this is honestly like Blake Corum and Kyle Monangai to me, and this is as long as they don't get anyone in the draft and stuff like that. I think they'll be very similar. I think Blake Corum, in my opinion, kind of ran bad. Think about how many goal line touchdowns Matthew Stafford stole from Blake Corum. And honestly, Kyron Williams too. All those short yardage tight end touchdowns and short yardage Devontae Adams 1 yard, 2 yard, back shoulder touchdowns that he stole from the running backs. It reminded me a little of that year with Aaron Rodgers in general, but that 1 year when Devontae Adams just went nuclear and smashed with touchdowns, and he would always just steal those short yardage touchdowns. Matthew Stafford did that a lot. If you just take a few of these touchdowns away and you give them, like, you split them between the running backs, like Blake Corum, I think is an amazing get where he's going right now. And I think he's similar to Monangai. The question is does Monangai have like maybe a little more upside because we know Kyron Williams is going to keep, the job that he has. Like Blake Corum's not going to outdo Kyron Williams. Where would I be shocked if Kyle Monangai like eventually started to take over more of Swift's work? No. I would be shocked if Blake Corum stole Kyron's work because I know like McVay loves Kyron. So that's interesting, but I do think they're very similar, and I do think you should buy on Corum at this price tag. I mean, Blake Corum he's going at 107.3. That's just a buy all day, in my opinion. Breaking news. Okay, what's the breaking news? Oh, Tiger Woods involved in another. No, damn. Not Tiger. Come on. I hope he's okay. I love Tiger. Let's see. Giants might be nice next year. Rants, they might be nice next year. Do we think Jackson Dart can play a full season? That's the question. Do we think Jackson Dart goes a full season, or does he get concussed multiple times? I think he probably going to struggle because of the way he runs. He's like the Cam Scattaboo of quarterbacks, I guess. Anthony, he's not actually Anthony Richardson bad, but he's going to have issues because I don't think he's going to be able to not run. Okay, we're back up. Brock Purdy's still on the board. Oh man, Sam Laporte is still here. I don't really need a tight end. Need wide receivers, but Jordan Addison's not a bad get. I should probably just take. I don't have any San Francisco. Brock Purdy. Do I want to go quarterback? Man, I want to take Blake Corum, but I just don't need a running back. I already got 4 running backs. Yeah, I'm going to take Purdy. I think it's too much of a fall. All right. Let's see here. I'm right there with you. I love when I can get Monangai and Corum as 3 and 4. Yeah, honestly, I kind of wish that I went James and Ashton and then kind of waited a little more, but Swift fell to me and we were on the Chicago stack. So I'm with you though. I like it. I like getting one of them because I think like if you get one of them and you have one of them as your 3 or 4, because they're kind of similar in a way. But then like you can alternate who you get each draft. You can still get a decent amount or a decent chunk of these guys. Kind of split your exposure. So, but yeah, no, I could even see going like just waiting on running back until that point and then get a few of those type of plays and hope they just fall into the nuts. I mean, honestly, McVay, Ben Johnson, like we want those offensive guys. So I don't think you can argue with that at all. But yeah, no, I think Blake Corum had to get screwed big time by some of the stuff Matthew Stafford did at the goal line. Let's see. That's right. 6 months from now. That's right. SJ. Shit. We're drafting now for September 6th. That's how you do it. Got to get some of these pre-drafts in here. We love the draft. Got to get some pre-draft best ball drafts in here on DraftKings. It's $10 to enter. It's $10 to enter. It's $250K up top. We don't like $250K. Do we care that we got to wait 6 months for the thing to start? I don't care. It's $250K up top. Shit. I'll wait. I don't care. I enjoy best ball. If you don't, you don't. That's cool. But I think a lot of people honestly, a lot of people love the NFL. And NFL news, it's just the same thing as like when NFL drops any news. It just trumps everything because they're the leader of sports. It's just a fact. So NFL is king. You can draft NFL anytime. And I personally wouldn't, be like, whoa, 6 months from now? That's crazy. No, it's NFL. If it was any other sport, though, I'd be like, you're crazy. But NFL, nope. You can do that anytime. Just my opinion. Jalen McMillan at 125. Now, he was a guy I drafted a ton of early because I knew this shit was going to happen. If Mike Evans didn't re-sign, those Tampa Bay guys were going to start to skyrocket. And Jalen McMillan, one of them. I mean, he was going in the mid 150s, like 155 range for a while. now goes at 124. I mean, he is setting up a Baker stack, obviously, but that is that's interesting right there. Great play, though. I mean, honestly, he could be the go-to guy. I mean, I know everyone's drafting Chris Godwin as that guy first. Where did Godwin go in this draft? Or did he go in this draft yet? Is Chris Godwin still here? He had to have gone, right? Yeah, he went. Where the hell did Chris Godwin go? Oh, here he is. 74. Holy shit. 74. That's crazy. Yeah, well, that's the way it is sometimes, I guess. Chris Godwin. 74, though. That's insane. Oh, Malik Willis just went. I wanted Malik Willis. Damn you. Let's see. Jordan Mason. What do I want to do? I'm going to take CJ. And I'm going to take Sidekick. Doesn't like him, but I'm going to take some Jaden Higgins. I like these Houston wide receivers late. Higgins, Knoll, Tank Dow. I like those picks late. Jaden Higgins is a good player. Let's see here. What else is going on in this draft? Danny Dimes goes. Mendoza. Benair, what do you got cooking here? Jefferson, McBride, Tet, Brees Hall, Tootin, Lemon, Wandell. Oh, I love the Tyler Algier pick. The landing spot will be interesting, how Arizona is, but I do think Tyler Algier could be a workhorse, so this is a good pick. Kenny Gainwell, Likely. Wow, Likely at 120. That's interesting right there. Like the player again. Who's some rookies we like? I like the KC Concepcion pick. I'm a fan of him. Not as big on Denzel Boston. I see him. He's fallen a ton. People have gotten sour on him. Travis Hunter's still here. I mean, drafting Travis Hunter is just insane, but at least drafting him in the 150s, I guess, or whatever it is not as big of a deal. That's got to be like one of the biggest busts. People were loving Travis Hunter last year. Luckily, that was one thing. Didn't get everything right, but definitely got the fade Travis Hunter right. And yeah, he did get hurt, but he's going to be a cornerback. He's going to be a cornerback with a wide receiver package. This is where he should be going. And Parker Washington, honestly, they were better with Parker Washington. It's just facts. Yeah, that's where he was going. I was drafting Boston in the 80s first week in UD. LOL, he really fell. Yeah, he's been falling a ton. It's very interesting how fast he's kind of been falling. I didn't really get it though. I didn't really get it in the beginning, but also I don't. Just me personally, but I'm very much against like the early rookies for the most part. I was low on Marvin Harrison when he was a rookie. Was low on Travis Hunter when he was a rookie. Tet McMillan, I was low on, and he had some big games down the stretch, but hit or miss, I guess. Maybe you can count it as a win, but I'd rather draft the rookies late and hope I can hit. Like Omar Cooper Jr. used to get him in like the 200s, and now he's all the way up to 150. But that's still okay. Like at 150, I think you can draft. I'd rather those guys though. Like I don't want the Denzel Bostons at 80 or something like that. I think that's just too That's too early for those guys. Jonah Coleman. All right. JCM's still on the board. I don't really need a running back though. Let's see here. Tyreek Hill on the board. I'll take Condom Hunter Henry play. I need a Condom tight end play. I got a stud tight end. Give me a Condom tight end play here. Need a wide receiver. Debo, Tyreek Hill, Pat Bryant. I definitely wish I didn't draft so much Pat Bryant early. I'm going to take Tank now because I don't know if he'll be here later, and I don't really love the wide receivers right now. So I'm just going to get Tank. Let's see here. There's a ton of wide receivers to like, all about where they land for me. I love Branch and Hurts. See, this is my point, and I totally agree with you. Like this is my pretty much my take. Is like it's kind of a lot to do. Even the top tier guys, it's still a lot to do with fit. And what you said is exactly right. You could get guys that are maybe less talented, but fall into the nut situation. You know what I mean? Kyle Monungai is a great example. Falls in with Ben Johnson and is the 1-2 punch. I mean, he was the 2, but he was still in the 1-2 punch column for Ben Johnson running backs. And I think like a lot of running backs are going to excel regardless of how, talented you are, at that point. So fit means a ton. And we see that all the time. So yeah, it has, that's why I prefer to take rookies later and just hope we can land one with a good fit. Hope we can get them in a role where they either are just playing a ton early, or maybe they're the third receiver, but they're in a really good offense with a really good offensive coordinator or head coach or offensive guy, Shanahan's and Mike McDaniels and the Clint Kubiaks and stuff. Can we get them in situations with those type of coaches? And if we can, you could hit the nuts with someone. And so Zachariah Branch is someone I'm trying to draft more of. Ted Hurst, I already got. I got some heavy Ted Hurst bags, so I like hearing that. That's a good pull. And those guys you can get at the end. That's what I'm saying. Sweetleaf maxed all DK and UD pre-drafts like 2 weeks ago, except the 333, waiting for new contests. Damn, Sweetleaf. All right. Well, you know what that means, Sweetleaf. We're gonna have to do a 333 at some point. Maybe maybe next week I might get a Third and Schlong on with me. Maybe we'll do a big dog. We'll do a 333 contest, best ball draft on here next week with Schlong. I'll get one of the, and we'll try and fill that sucker. Try and get one of those big boys filled for you. I did one 333 on DraftKings, but I think that contest is still up, right? That contest isn't filled yet. So yeah, we'll have to get one of those cooking next week here. Stole Tank from me. Binaire, I literally said exactly what I was going to do when I drafted CJ. Yeah, it's been stuck at 90. Yeah, we're going to have to get like someone's going to have to like tweet at Davis Maddock and all the hardcore best ball guys, Shady and Sacrilegious. Someone's going to have to just tweet at all of them, get them in there at the same time. Just start outing people. Get on them. That's the one I did actually. I think it was Maddox who was trying to get it to fill. And I saw that and I quickly jumped in because I'm like you, I know that they don't fill. So my father has called me like 5 times already here. Let's see. Oh, and I'm on the clock. Well, Dalton Schultz. We got to take Dalton Schultz. All right. Taking Dalton Schultz. Trey Tucker. God, do I not want to take Trey Tucker. I like A.D. Mitchell, though. A.D. Mitchell. Eli Stowers is still. I got 3 tight ends, though. Yeah, I like A.D. Mitchell. Yeah, I'm going to go A.D. Give me some A.D. Mitchell here. So let's see. That puts me at 3 quarterbacks, 4 running backs, 6 wide receivers, and 3 tight ends. Honestly, might just Jalen Naylor will be the guy for Vegas. I could see it being there. Honestly, he probably won't be, though, because you know who the guy's going to be. It's going to be Brock Lesnar. It's going to be Brock Bowers, not Brock Lesnar. But it's going to be Bowers. It's going to be Genty. So it's probably not going to be Trey Tucker or Jalen Naylor, but they did pay Jalen Naylor. Dude, I'm just when you draft with me, I'm trying to get Chicago. So if you want Chicago, you better. I got a Chicago problem, Sweet Leaf. I got a problem, and it's drafting Bears. It's my same problem I had last year. Last year, all I wanted to do was draft Bears at every turn. I wanted Caleb Williams. I wanted Rome. I wanted Luther. I wanted Loveland. All those guys, Swift, Monungai. I was drafting all of them, and they didn't all hit. Obviously, Rome was hurt for a lot of the year, but still, I was told Caleb Williams not good at football, but he was, he's pretty decent. Just saying, he was all right. Fantasy football here, but yeah, obviously Bowers, but I think will be a receiver probably will be a receiver you want. Well, but it might be a rotation of guys. It might not. I think Bowers is just going to be like the staple guy, kind of like how you saw JSN as like the main guy, and you really didn't see like a ton from these other guys. Yeah, Rashid Shaheed, he had like a big return here, and he might make one play, but it wasn't like a massive, game. Honestly, Torrey Horton was good, but he got hurt. I never really came back. And you really didn't see a lot of Cooper Kupp big games that, you saw some, but not a ton. I think it's going to be similar to that, where I think you're going to see a lot of Bowers games, but you're going to see a lot of the running backs, but it's going to be very hit or miss for these wide receivers, and it's going to be tough to know who it's going to be. But could be wrong. And who knows, too? They might draft a receiver. I think they will draft a receiver at some point. They probably will. Let's see. Lesson for next year: avoid all rookies when Tate Tyson, Lemon have fallen 1 to 2 rounds from open. Dude, I'm telling you, just you know what the lesson is though? Avoid the rookies that go in the first 100 or so picks. Just avoid them. Avoid them, because if they, you know what happens if they go into a nuts spot and you just like, or they have a big combine and they move up 10 spots. Just draft them then. But like when they fall down 1 to 2 rounds, it's like the worst when you have them. So I rather have to like draft up 10 spots, kind of like what you're seeing with Luther Burden, how he's moved up a little bit since DJ Moore's gone, where it's like that little move. Like I'd rather do that where I reach a little bit on those type of plays than the opposite where like my guys have just fallen. All right. Ted Hurst. Ooh, I like Ted Hurst. Is Branch still here? Let's see. I doubt it. No, he's probably gone. I like Devon Valley too. I don't have any. I'm going to take Bernard I don't mind. I don't really have a ton of him, but I'll take some Jeremy Bernard. And then who do I want here? Could just take my boy Ted Hurst now. I'm definitely not taking Darius Slayton right now. Oh, you know who I want, actually? Yeah, I'm going to take Jalen Noel right now. I'm just going to take him because I got 2 picks left, and I don't want to get sniped. Give me my full Houston stack. There we go. Now we got it. Well, outside of Nico, obviously. We don't have Nico, but any leans on tonight's Sweet 16. Now, well, you know what? Let's see what we got here. I am not the biggest college basketball guy, but we've got some really sharp college basketball analysts. Steve Boynton, Gavin, JBC. These guys have been crushing here. Let's see if we got anything for college basketball. Steve's going to get mad at me if I give away too much of his too many of his bets here. Looks like they have not posted yet for college basketball. Let me see. Let's see these lines here real quick. Just because I'm not big into it doesn't mean I don't bet it. So let's see what we got. 14 picks. Gonna look at this board. Binair, who's your last pick here? Let's see. Let's see who Binair's last pick is. So we got Duke St. John's. I watched a decent amount of St. John's too. And then we got Alabama, Michigan, Michigan State, UConn, Tennessee, Iowa State. I'm personally probably going to bet St. John's plus the 6.5. And then I don't really love the Michigan game. I'm probably staying away from that. Well, I like the Dontavian Wicks pick I just saw come across my screen. Iowa State, Tennessee. I like Iowa State. And then, yeah, Michigan State, UConn. I'm probably going to go UConn there. But, yeah, not like the biggest college basketball guy. Now, NBA, you ask me NBA questions, hook you up. But college basketball, I kind of wait until they make it to the league. I don't watch a ton of college basketball. I forgot to mention Big T. I'm sorry. Sue me. All right? Big T can suck it, okay? He's got to give me a winner before I mention him. No, he's giving me 100 winners. Yeah, you already bet St. John's. Yeah, I think St. John's is going to be the team I lean into tonight. But again, that's one sport I'm not the guy for. You want the good plays. Hit up JBC, hit up Big T, hit up Stevie Boynton, Gavin. Those guys are all in the Discord. If you're a Run Pure Sports member, you can shoot them a message right in the chat, in the college basketball chat. And they're in there all the time. You get all JBC's bets. Big T's posting live bets in there. Yeah, check it out. If you haven't checked it out before, it's a good time. Any package on the board gets you in the Discord. And we got a great Discord in there. So 6 picks left. Binair, did you pick yet? No, you haven't picked yet. Oh, Lance. That's another guy I want to draft some of is Lance. Ted Hurst. Damn you, Binair. Damn it. I wanted Ted Hurst. Not really a Jacoby Lane guy. Sidekick says Jacoby, McAllister. Now, Malachi Fields, people are not a fan of Malachi Fields. I do have a decent amount. I don't really have any Jacoby Lane. I'll draft one share of Jacoby Lane here. Now, I got 9 receivers. Sidekick saying go receiver again. I think that's the right call too, but could go Tonjes. I do have Brock Purdy. My tight ends are pretty solid. My running backs. I'm gonna go 4 tight ends. Screw it. I'll go Tonjes. Me personally, I like the 4 tight end builds. Even when I get a stud tight end, I do like these, especially these pre-drafts, because we saw how big tight end was last year. And like thinking about all the teams that were good, or a lot of my teams that were really good, I had a lot of really good tight ends. Now they like some of them got hurt, like Tucker Kraft got hurt, but he was smashing before he got hurt. And just thinking of some of them, like I had like teams with like Tucker Kraft, Jake Ferguson, Colson Love, like where I'd have like all 3 of them. So, and like at points during the season, all 3 of them like smash for like stretches. And I'm just thinking like, man, a lot of my teams, they have like double tight ends at the end. And so I think like 4 tight ends, especially right now where there's a lot of unknowns with these rookies at the end, it's not a terrible idea to go with a little double tight end strategy here. But yeah, that's just my take here. I think Murray won. Well, Murray's sharp, so Murray definitely could have won. I like DK so much better than UD. Thanks for doing the DK streams. Appreciate you watching, man. Appreciate it. Everyone here watching. If you enjoyed the video, smash the like button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel. Like I said, we're going to go through this draft here real quick. So I'll run through the teams, at least the teams that drafted with me. We can check out the teams. And then don't forget, there is a show 5 p.m. Those guys are doing MLB. So Stevie Boynton in DC. Opening day was awesome. Then we get, day 2 main slate for MLB. Those guys going to break that slate down, and that's at 5 p.m. on this channel. So don't miss out on that show for baseball. Yeah, Binair, I'm going to go through your picks. Let's see here. We're just finishing up the draft now. Vele. I like Vele. All right. Who did Binair take as his last pick? Odell Beckham. So what do you think? Is Odell going to like do the thing where he waits to sign until like midway season, or is he going to actually sign with the team like for camp? You think he's coming to the Giants? That's why you picked him, I assume. Those were the rumors I saw. So I assume that's why you took him. Catch you in the next one. 4 running back. Yes, is ballsy. Honestly, it is ballsy, but I took them all fairly early-ish. And I don't like many running backs like late when we get late into the draft, because I feel like they've all steamed up. So yeah, it is a little ballsy. But that's why I took 4 tight ends too, honestly. So but is what it is. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But let's look at these teams here real quick, at least the people that drafted with me. So we'll start with Holliderg, I think is the way you say his name, might be wrong, in the 5 spot. JSN, Saquon Barkley, Josh Jacobs, Emeka Buka, Roma Dunze, Alec Pierce. I like Alec Pierce. Drake May got the dip on Cortland Sutton, Kyle Monangai, Blake. Okay, so this is Beck right here. This is his team. He was talking about Monangai, Corum, Sam Darnold, Travis Kelce, Aaron Jones, AJ Barner, Manuel Wilson, Dylan Sampson, like the Sampson pick, Trey Tucker, Cooper Kupp, Pat Freiermuth, and Michael Penix Jr. here. Like that team. You got some Seattle, the New England here. Did we get yeah, you got the full Seattle stack. Did you get some New England here at the end? Okay. I mean, Drake May, you can stack naked anyways, but. And then Michael Penix to finish out the 3rd quarterback here. Yeah, I like this team. I mean, I like the running backs a lot. Even though I'm not huge on Saquon, you kind of got a fall on Saquon, which was nice. And then I like Josh Jacobs, and I like the Monangai Corum. Yeah, it's a good draft. All right. Chat said Murray won this draft. I wouldn't be shocked if he did. Let's see what M. Murray did. He's usually pretty sharp here. Damn, he got Joe Burrow with T. So he got the fall on Joey B. Not the biggest lad guy, but another faller. I like the Kenneth Walker JT start. Cam Scattaboo. I'm not a big Scattaboo guy. Justin Herbert. I like Justin Herbert. He did a really good job correlating. Look at this. 3 quarterbacks. They're all with top receivers, number 1 or number 2 receivers, worthy with Mahomes. And then he gets the fall on Laporta, Dallas Goedert, Juwan Jennings, Omar Cooper, JCM, Emmett Johnson, Trey Harris, Zachariah Branch. Zachariah Branch goes to him. And then he goes with some Cincinnati, Gesicki, Lance, back to Cincinnati for Yoshivas. Who said that? Who said it? Mummy's right. Mummy's right. Mummy Princess is right. M. Murray, I think, won this draft here. But let's look at B-Nair. All things aren't final until I look at Brandon's squad. So let's see what B-Nair got. I think Penix more likely to play fantasy playoffs than Tua. I agree. I think Tua is terrible. I think, honestly, I think Penix is just a better Tua. He just is. I don't think Tua is good. I think Tua is going to look so much worse too without McDaniels. And we're not even, maybe some people aren't even realizing it. I think people think he's just like as good as Penix or maybe better. And I don't even think that's the case. I think he's worse than Penix. And without McDaniels, it's going to show, like, very evident. So we'll see. But I agree. Penix over Tua, for sure. All right. Last team here to look at. B-Nair went Justin Jefferson, Trey McBride, Ted McMillan, Breece Hall, Byshell Tootin, Mekhi Lemon, Wandell Robinson, Tyler Algier, Kyler Murray, Kenny Gainwell, Isaiah Likely, Mendoza, Jonathan Brooks. I like the Brooks pick. Naylor, Malik Washington, Eli Stowers, Elijah Surratt, Ty Simpson, Ted Hurst, Odell Beckham Jr. First time I've seen Odell Beckham Jr., at least in my drafts, from what I can remember here. So he went with the 3-5-9-3 build. He waited on quarterback big time. Kyler Murray, though, I think could be decent for fantasy purposes where he's at in Minnesota. I feel like Isaiah Likely's maybe a reach, but I mean, obviously being there as a Giants fan, so I won't ding him for that. And then Mendoza. I hope they don't pull any shit and Mendoza just plays off the rip. That's the only thing I worry about with this team is Ty Simpson probably doesn't play off the rip. I think Mendoza does, but early on, your quarterbacks are going to be really thin with Kyler and Mendoza. But later in the year, you're going to be fine. So if you can make it through like the first half of the year with these quarterbacks being there, you might have a decent finish to the year with them. So, because I like the rest of your team, honestly, I think you have some solid picks. But yeah, the Mendoza Naylor stack, and you think Simpson could go to Arizona. So, okay, yeah, that's I think the Simpson to Arizona is live, and yeah, Mendoza with Naylor it's a solid stack here. I'm just saying, I think you're gonna have probably 2 quarterbacks for the first like 7 weeks, because even if Ty Simpson goes to Arizona, I don't think he starts week 1. So he probably won't start until like week 6 or 7. Probably. That's just my opinion. But they probably give him some time behind Brissett. But we'll see. You never know here. I'll just go through my team here real quick, and we'll get out of here. James Cook, Genty start on the turn. Then I went Loveland, Burden, Swift, Caleb Williams. Got to get the Bears. Bears again this year. Then I took a little Pittsburgh tour with DK and Jalen Warren, Jordan Addison, Brock Purdy, CJ Stroud. Brock Purdy was kind of a faller. Then I got the CJ Stroud Higgins with Tank, Schultz, and Noel. Hunter Henry and Schultz were 2 of my other tight ends. A.D. Mitchell, who I like with the Jets. Bernard, rookie. Jacoby Lane, rookie. And then finished it out with Jake Tonjes, who who knows? Maybe he gets some time without George Kittle, you would assume, in the beginning of the season. Maybe he can give us some decent weeks. And I feel like overall my tight end pool is pretty strong. So yeah, see, that was one thing you'll never catch me doing. At least you didn't take A-Rod. Good work. You're never going to catch me taking Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, good games, he was getting like 18. Yeah, I've never taken those guys. Like even though like 18 can help you in some like spots, but no, I can't click the button on Aaron. It's the same thing with like Tua Tagovailoa, Aaron Rodgers. I just can't click the button on those guys. I can't click it. I'm surprised Bean Air didn't take Jameis Winston as his fourth quarterback. Honestly, Bean Air, that's the one. If I could change anything with Bean Air's draft, I would have taken a fourth quarterback, I think. That's the only thing I would have done thinking about your team. But looking at team in 12 has to be the shortest person in the draft. I wish I got Zachariah Branch for team short. That's what I wanted him. Isn't he? He's got to be. I'm pretty sure he's short. That's it. You know the players that I go for, Benair. Heart. That's all we care about. You got to have heart on JSU squad. My team's got heart. That's all that matters here. All right, guys. That was a fun draft. Oh, get over to DraftKings here. Check out their early bird best ball tournament here. $10 to enter. 150 max if you want. 250K up top to first place. And $1 million guaranteed. Baseball, hockey next, JSU. Yes, being there. We'll get to best ball hockey. Wait, I thought that said baseball. Best ball hockey. That's where I draw the line. Okay. You're not going to see JSU drafting puck. All right. Just saying. No puck for JSU. I could watch some puck, but I'm not drafting any puck. That's where baseball was one thing. Puck, I'm drawing the line. Appreciate you, SJ, watching, my friend. Thank you very much. Hope you guys enjoyed this show. Like I said, big tournament on DraftKings. Early bird, $10 to enter. Get in there, $1 million prize pool. We'll catch you guys next week. I'm going to be running these shows a little bit more. We'll get some guests on, too. I'm going to get Third and Schlong on. My boy Felix, who's been drafting a ton, on here. I'm going to get him on as well. And we'll have some other guests going forward throughout the next couple of weeks, getting to the NFL draft here. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and don't miss out on those shows. And don't forget, MLB show at 5 p.m. Eastern time today. Stevie Boynton in DC breaking the baseball slate down. I'll see you guys next week. Good luck in your early bird drafting on DraftKings, and I'll catch you guys later. I'm out. Peace.